Hey, welcome to You're Doing Great. Kinda. The podcast for people who are a little tired, a little lost, but still trying. I'm Sean. I'm not a therapist, even though I've always wanted to be one. I'm just someone who's been through enough mess to know how valuable a little real talk can be. If you're struggling to cope, please seek out support. You matter. Therapy is a beautiful tool, not a last resort. And if you're having thoughts of self-harm or hurting others, don't carry that alone. Call or text 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. There's help. There's hope. Let's talk. You ever scroll through someone else's life and think, cool, I'm so behind. Behind in your career, behind on savings, behind in healing, behind in whatever life milestone you thought you'd hit by now? Yeah, been there. Still there. Now. But what if you're not actually behind? What if you're right on time? Let's dismantle this idea that there's a correct timeline for living our life. This weird cultural obsession we have with being on track is based on what? An imaginary checklist handed to us by people who didn't have Instagram, student loans, or global pandemics? Let's be real. Life doesn't move in straight lines. It zigzags. It loops. Sometimes it parks itself in a ditch for a year and makes you question everything. And that's okay. Just because someone else bought a house, had a baby, got promoted, traveled the world, healed from trauma, launched a business, got married, got divorced, started therapy, ran therapy, doesn't mean you're behind. It just means they're on their timeline, and you are on yours. One is not better, just different. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had something happen later in life than you expected, and then realized it wouldn't have worked out if it happened sooner? Because you weren't ready, or the timing just didn't fit. That's not failure. That's pacing. That's unfolding. We are not all built to bloom at the same time. Here's a personal one. I used to think if I didn't make it by 30, I'd failed. I started over at 32. Make what exactly? I couldn't even tell you. I just knew there was this invisible bar I was supposed to hit, and if I didn't, I'd miss my chance. Fast forward to now. Most of the best stuff in my life happened after that made-up deadline. Growth came after the job loss. Clarity came after the breakdown. Confidence came after I stopped pretending I knew what I was doing. I'm dealing with this right now in this moment. Turns out, none of it was late. It was just on time for me. Your turn. Let's sit in this. Ask yourself, where in your life are you holding on to the idea that you're behind? Career, relationships, mental health, identity, something else? Name it. Now ask, behind according to who? A parent? A stranger on Instagram? 2016 you? Now flip it. What have you done lately that your younger self would be proud of, no matter the timeline? Let that answer sit for a second. Because maybe you're not late. Maybe you're just in the part of the story where things are building, where the momentum is quiet, where the roots grow before the bloom. That's not failure. That's process. Here's your try not to spiral moment. You're not behind. You're becoming. And becoming doesn't follow a calendar. Life isn't a race, it's a remix. And you're still making the beat. Try not to spiral. That's it. That's your pep talk. Take what you need, leave the rest, and maybe unfollow a few people who make you feel like you're falling short. They're probably spiraling too. They're just better at filters. If this resonated, send it to someone else who's quietly wondering if they're falling behind. I'm Sean, and this is You're Doing Great. Kinda. See you next time.